Why is it so blurry? I don't like that. Let's see. Maybe I need to adjust some things. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Still blurry. Let me clean my camera. Did that help? It did help. All right. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm here to do a pick a card, any card reading for you guys in regards to the new moon in Cancer. All right. Before I begin, I want to shout out my new products. This is my everyday clearing spray. I spray it before my videos and after to have the purest of pure energy for y'all. Wait, let me so you can see it, kind of. But yeah, so I actually put it on my Patreon early access. I advertised it on there and it got sold out. So when I restock, I will put it back up there. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that I do sell some products now. I also have some love oil, some money oil coming, and yeah. So let me just so you can see the table a little bit more. All right, so we're gonna jump into this pick a card reading for the Cancer new moon. I have not done a pick a card in ages, and I was like, let me get back into it. So these are our piles here. We got all quartz. So we got pile 1, which is aura quartz. This is what is going to manifest for you, or what is manifesting for you under this Cancer new moon. This is a really pretty, looks really pretty in this lighting. Then we have pile 2, which is rose quartz. And then we have pile 3, this big boy. This is a fluorite tower. All right. So you can pick, I wouldn't pick all 3. Maybe pick 2 at the most. It's up to you. But yeah, so let's get started. Let's see what we got in pile 1. We're going to flip over these cards. I don't even know what's under here. I have not looked at these cards. All right, let's go. Okay. Oh, wait, the cards are upside down. Because I had flipped the cards upside down to take the picture. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have to flip all of these back right side up. Begin again. Belongs to the streets. You're not ready. Dead end. Ooh. All right, let me shout out some of these decks that I'm using as well. I'm using this deck I was gifted by the Cancerian shop. It is this one that has this quote on it. Go to cancerian.us, I think, on Instagram. And I think their channel is called the Cancerian, something like that. But thank you so much for this deck. And I'm using it for this pick a card reading. And then I have another deck that I'm using called the Blunt AF deck. And I think on Instagram it's the Blunt Reader, which is this deck. So shout out to them. Thank you so much for these amazing decks. They're beautiful. All right, so let's see what we got going on for what's going on with this. Yeah. The first thing I want to read is this quote here. It says, begin again. Today is a fresh start. Your path is clear to begin where you are. But the thing is, it seems like there's kind of a bit of a contrast, because then you have dead end, you have you're not ready, and then you have belongs to the streets. So this is kind of like like it says, it's a blunt deck. It's very straightforward. I feel like some of you, what's manifesting is like, because new moons are associated with new beginnings, some of you may think that you are ready for some type of brand new start, okay? Because you have the Fool card. So you want to make sure that you're not just going into a certain situation very blindsided, just very, like, too naive. There's a sense of being naive that I'm picking up on here, okay? Because you also have a time for healing. So you want to make sure that you're not just going into a situation blindsided, naive. You're taking care of any loose ends that you have tied up. Tie up those loose ends before you can start again. Okay, for some of you, you're not exactly ready fully to make a certain commitment to a new beginning like you think you are. Okay, but there is going to be some type of fresh start because you have this Ace of Wands. So there's going to be some type of excitement. And a fire sign could be very significant, especially a Leo or an Aries, because you also have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. This is going to be during Libra season, though. So it could be something that starts now and it hits a peak in Libra season around October. But yeah, there is something that you're very excited about for many of you. And it's something that would present itself as a new beginning. However, it may be that you're just not ready yet for it. Okay, I want to clarify some of this energy. Let's clarify what this could possibly be more in regards to for this new beginning with those who chose pile 1. So the 10 of Pentacles. Whoa. The 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're not moving too fast for whatever is coming towards you, and that it's a very wise investment for you long term. Okay, don't just go solely off of passion. Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's something that's just very exciting to you. It's something that's just going to bring you a lot of passion. But is it worth it long term? Anything else you can tell me about whatever this is that's manifesting for pile 1? Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So you have the 5 of Cups at the bottom. I feel like whatever this is, you don't need to necessarily push it away, because look, you have Ace of Wands here twice, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles for what's manifesting. So you have a lot of either new ideas. This could be new love, new business that's coming towards you. And you will have that room to start again, but just make sure that you're planning carefully, that there is some practicality with that passion, okay? Because you don't want to just be going into something and jumping into it and being like, all right, we're just going to see what happens. I'm going to just invest all my money in this and we're going to boom. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm not getting that feeling much here. So you have the 10 of Pentacles. Something that you're going to invest in, though, is going to be long term. But I kind of feel like it's just a good time to weigh out some options here, because you have the 7 of Cups flipped in reverse. So you're going to make a decision, but make sure you're making a decision based on clarity. You're not confused. You're not just at an emotional high, especially if you have Leo placements, because I was telling Leos something similar last month in the last reading I did for Leo. So if you're a Leo watching this, or even a fire sign, it's important that you have something new that's manifesting for you, where it seems like an exciting new start, and it seems like something that's just like, you're just raved about it, basically. And so sometimes when you get excited, you may ignore the red flags. You may discredit certain things that you've learned, the things that you've prepared for. And so you just want to make sure that when you're starting, that the path is clear, that you don't have any loose ends, that you are fully ready to jump into this, that you're not just putting a lot of expectations out, setting a lot of intentions for things that you aren't going to be able to fulfill or follow through, or you don't have the budget for. So making sure that you're preparing accurately and you're healing properly before you just dive in head first or dive in blindly. Take a pause, take a moment. You have the Hangman, Pisces energy. Take a moment before you dive in, because whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or that is manifesting isn't going anywhere. Yes, you may feel like anytime you have a brilliant idea, a new thing that you need to just start it the next day, that's not always the best way. Sometimes you need to slow down, make sure you have everything together. I know that sometimes takes the fun out of it, but again, overall, pile, when you have something new that is about to manifest, it seems very exciting for you. But before you dive in head first or dive in blindsided, make sure that you're actually ready for it. Some people, I mean, some of the energy here is showing that some of us are not ready. Okay. Could be that you're maybe not ready to commit to something as much as you think you are, but you are excited about it, and therefore you think you're ready to commit. But you got to ask yourself those tough questions, because I see a lot of new things coming towards you. But yeah, so that's what you have for pile 1. That's what's manifesting. Before you can begin again, just make sure that you are ready for the things that you're asking for, and you're ready to commit to the hard work that comes into that. All right, so now let's go into pile 2, the rose quartz. Rose quartz, pile 2, for what's manifesting for you. Let me flip these back upside down. I forgot. Let it all go. What's manifesting? Shadow work is needed. Transformative ending. Okay. A new romantic cycle begins. Okay, so let's see what's manifesting for you guys. We got some new endings. We got not new endings, new romance and an ending possibly. Okay, so you have let it all go. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Don't let pain, anger, or guilt control you. And then you have the Devil card. Some of you could have Capricorn placements here. And then you have shadow work needed. Tabula rasa. I don't know what that means. Does anybody know what that means? I'm going to look it up after that. I'm going to pull another card just because I don't know what that means. Wait, what? Something just flipped. I don't know what it was. Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right, we're going to take this one because this is the one that came up. But remember, y'all, this is a very blunt deck, so I'm going to just read it how it's written. Okay, but the main thing is here first, pile 2, I see a lot of shadow work coming up, okay? So this is definitely I can't think of the word. This is definitely encouraged here by the Devil card, because the Devil card can be about our obsessions. It can be about things that we have suppressed, the darker parts of ourselves and the darker parts of life. So there's something in regards to what's coming up and what's manifesting for you. It could feel like you're being attacked in some way. Like you might be having some nightmares. You may be having a lot of anxiety, worry, anger coming up here during this new moon. And that shows that there's something that needs to be addressed, okay? Whenever you have those uncomfortable feelings, whenever you feel anything less than happy, that isn't a sign that you need to run away from it. It isn't a sign that you need to suppress it, ignore it, be in denial of it. That is a sign that there's something going on within you that wants attention, okay? That's also ties into some inner child healing. So right now you could be having a lot of wounds coming up, a lot of triggers coming up for you. And therefore, it means that there's something that you need to address within yourself. That's what's manifesting for you. Before you can let it all go, you need to acknowledge what it is that you need to let go of. Okay, again, let it all go. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. There's a lot of resentment could be coming up for you. Don't let pain, anger, or guilt control you. All right, the Devil can make us feel like we are out of control. But then you have the Emperor here. The Emperor is definitely in control of himself. It doesn't matter the gender, but control of himself, control of his business. He knows he has ownership and responsibility of things. And the King of Swords. Both of these cards show that you are more in control than you think you are. So don't let these feelings, anger, resentment, pain, run you away. Okay, take ownership for the ways that you feel, even guilt. Take ownership for the ways that you've messed up in the past, the ways that you have been unforgiving of yourself or others. And this will help you feel a lot more like you're back in yourself, and you're not letting other people control you, other situations control you anymore. So what's manifesting for you is more self-control, is more discipline, and more ability to handle tough emotions. All right. And be able to move forward in a way that is intimate. It's more vulnerable. It's coming from a place of purity and a lighthearted place for your heart, because there's just a lot that it seems like you guys are carrying here that chose pile 2. All right, and this card says that stick up your ass must be uncomfortable. All right, so some of you could have been walking around with a chip on your shoulder, mad at the world, or just mad at people, holding on to some type of anger, or some, sulking in some type of emotion here. And you don't have to live like that. You don't have to walk around angry. You don't have to hold anger or hold on to grief. Emotions are not meant to be stuck in the body. They're meant to be processed, acknowledged, and then released. Okay, so this is a time where what's manifesting for sure for you guys is you're going to be very self-aware of what it is that you're holding on to that is taking control of your life, that is literally stopping you from being the best version of yourself and taking authority and being able to make bigger decisions and better decisions for yourself long term, and maybe what's stopping you from loving, okay, from fully letting love in. Some shadow work is needed, and this could come in regards to a transformative ending. You could see the numbers 999, you have it right here, or something significant may happen on the 14th of July, or could be the 14th day of something, but or on the 11th day. Sorry, I was math in my head. But yeah, something has ended, or something will be ending here for you, and it'll cause a lot of triggers to come up, and I'll show you exactly where you need shadow work, because shadow work always comes up when you're triggered, when you're hurt, when you're angry, and how you respond to it shows you exactly what needs to be worked through and processed. Okay. And then we have new moon in Libra. This is also similar to pile one. Something significant that happens now will show up again in Libra season, or come full circle by Libra season. And many of you, what's manifesting for you now is there's a love cycle that will be happening in October, that when you do the hard work now, you'll be ready for that situation. Okay. So when you do the shadow work that is going to take you to maybe forgive your ex, or move on, or release some grudges, or work through triggers that you had in a relationship, or the way you responded to things, it's going to set you up for success down the line. Okay, so any shadow work that you do, or any uncomfortable processing healing, is never in vain. It's never in vain. It'll always support you in another situation. Okay, balance spirituality and practicality. So this is important. Full moon in Pisces. This is going to be in Virgo season. So Virgo and Libra season seems to be very significant for this pile. For the first one, it was Libra season. But you'll see with the full moon in Pisces that it isn't going to just be like you're just walking through life anymore. It's going to be you're really tapping into your spiritual side, and you're tapping into seeing how spirituality can help you with emotionally processing things. So it's not just going to be like you need to be doing something externally to help yourself move through tough emotions or do shadow work, but you're going to see how meditation, how yoga, how really tapping into your divine feminine energy will help you move forward. Okay, so that's what you got manifesting here. Pile 2 is a little bit heavy. Some heavy stuff here, a lot of shadow stuff coming up that's manifesting, but it's good. It's going to be good for you in the future, because it'll help you with learning how to feel more in control. Some of you may not feel like you're as in control right now, and also help you to navigate your future romantic situations. Some of this could also be like in regards to trauma, childhood trauma, or things that happen with your parents that are coming up. And so your parents' relationship, the relationship you have with your parents, sets your romantic relationships up, if you didn't know. So yeah, working through that will help. Oops. So we have the last pile, Fluorite Tower. What time is it? Okay. Fluorite Tower. Ooh. Okay. We got 2 Virgo cards here. Whoa. Super Virgos. We got new moon in Virgo and full moon in Virgo. That's very rare. Okay. So the first card we have here is celebrate love. Your relationships are a divine blessing. Cherish your loved ones and say, I love you often. Okay. And then you have new moon in Virgo. So this is in Virgo season. Full moon in Virgo we just had in Pisces season. So Virgo season is significant for second pile and this pile. All of this Libra Virgo energy here. A time to give rather than take. And then you have you are good enough. So the thing is here, I was going to say Virgo. You might be a Virgo placement watching this. Possibly an air sign as well, because we have a lot of swords, 10 of swords reverse, 7 of swords reverse, page of swords in reverse. 7 of swords upright, sorry. I feel like what's manifesting for you with this energy here, with celebrate love, and then also a time to give rather than to take, you may be realizing that certain relationships you've been maybe putting by the wayside. Could be that you've been avoiding them as well. 10 of Swords in reverse and 7 of Swords. It could be that you're still carrying some type of burden from past relationships, which is preventing you from being able to fully connect to new partnerships or really dive into some other partnerships that you have. And so it's a good time to look at where you might have been in this kind of avoidance. Okay, because y'all have some relationships, I feel like, that are trying to manifest, trying to deepen, but maybe you're just not in the best place to give more. Let's see what else for Virgo. I want a little bit more clarity on this. More clarity on this for Virgo. 3 of Swords. And then you have poor spiritual hygiene. You need more than sage. There's a lot of like mental conflict here or pain that could be coming up. Now, it could be something that happens here that makes you realize that you're taking some people for granted. I know this pile, you may not want to hear it. Tell me about the 3 of Swords and then anything else for like the Virgo cards. Okay. All right. 3 of Cups in reverse. All right. So some of you may possibly, I put some of these out that just flipped up. So you have 2 cards here. Now, there could be some situation that comes up for you that chose pile 3 that's manifesting. It doesn't sound good, but it could be definitely some shiesty stuff happening here. Okay. It could be a situation where you get revealed who your real friends are. 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups in reverse. I never liked this combination, especially paired with the 7 of Swords. You could find out some really dark truths about your friends, or find out like some stuff comes back up from the past about people that you were close with, or something that really kind of hurts you and it severs the bond that you have with people. And so this is important in addressing that certain friendships or relationships disappointed you in order for you to fully move on and figure out who is right for you. Because I don't feel like many of you guys who chose this pile fully let it go. Like you may have said, yeah, I don't care, I'm moving on, they betrayed me. But you never really dealt with those feelings of betrayal, or you never really dealt with like how you're going to navigate your next relationships, okay? And so this also goes to show that all relationships are not like this. Yes, it's a good thing that certain people were revealed to you so you know who not to take with you, who to stand clear of. But it is something that you may need to purge a bit more. And also you have take a hike. Okay, so another message that I'm hearing with this is many of you who chose pile 3, what's manifesting for you is new relationships. But not only that, it's like spirit is trying to kind of pull you away from like your old friend group for some of you and put you in a new network, or put you in your true soul tribe and move you away. Because I think a lot of you guys that chose this pile, you struggle with it could be like people pleasing, could be like feeling validated, could be codependency, where like when people hurt you or something happens in a relationship, you take all the blame and you feel bad or you feel guilty, or you know, people manipulate you. And so this is a time where you're being shown who you need to leave, basically, or set boundaries with, and be like, you know, you don't want to be as close, however you want to do it. But with take a hike, there's some type of energy here that you're still trying to connect to that has proven that they're disloyal, or maybe that there's some red flags coming up, or they have hurt you in the past and you're putting faith in them that they won't hurt you again. This is, for many of you, this is most likely friends, but for some it could be romantic as well. But you just need to be very careful that especially if you've been through this situation before, history has a tendency of repeating itself. So instead of like pouring into the same energies where you know these people may hurt you again, you know, give it a rest, basically. 4 of Swords. Give it a rest and look at where you can invest better in other people, okay? Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. how you can have more stabilities instead of just having all of this mental anguish and a lot of this confusion and drama. It's a lot of drama that it's giving. Excuse me. And so you need to protect yourself. Just saying that, oh yeah, I'm going to just try again, or I'm going to just ignore it. Nah, some of you need to walk away altogether. And that's what's manifesting. Before you can fully feel like you have a new circle, I think you need to make some room here. And so this is like looking at, again, with Celebrate Love, looking at the relationships that you've been neglecting or putting others above that clearly do not deserve you. Okay. And so with this card, you are good enough. Some of you, you may be like really letting your self-esteem become affected by the ways people have betrayed you, lied to you. But the way people treat you is a reflection of them, not of you. And so you're going to start to see that for those of you especially that suffered from a recent betrayal. Instead of like trying to prove something to the person that hurt you or prove that you're worthy or you're good enough, it's time to give to others that actually can see you, actually want to be there for you. Okay, so you may be with a time to give rather than to take. Instead of trying to take from the people who have shown that they're not as loyal to you, that they're not reciprocating, and try to take from them and get approval from them, give to those who are there for you, who are connecting to you, who are wanting your attention, who want your time, who show that they love you, who tell you, and pour into them. Okay, because you're good enough for the right people, not for the wrong people. They don't deserve you. Okay. So yeah, that's what's for pile 3. Very intense energy there. Don't like that energy of third party, of betrayal. And some of you just need to remove yourself from the situation altogether because it just seems toxic. And put yourself in an environment where people actually care about you and show up for you. And know that you are worthy of that. Okay? So that's all we got for what's manifesting for you under this new moon, what you need to know. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, let me know in the comments down below. I am at Tarot by Bronx.